Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. Hi. Nice to see you again today. I am Dr. Heather Kinchlow.
And I'm Dr. Dawn Lawrence, and we're here to share some more interesting things about the magnificent field of education.
That's right. And extraordinary teachers that we are so proud of to be a part of and to support in the classroom and also outside of the classroom.
Absolutely.
So, Dr. Dawn, today we're going to discuss mindfulness at school and refocusing the school culture of students and teachers. You know, when I was in school last week, I had a couple of teachers that were just overwhelmed because there's so much they have to accomplish, and one said to me that I just want to teach.
Yeah.
And we totally understand that.
Absolutely, we do, because there's so much coming at you that you really don't get to do what you're most passionate about, which is to teach.
Yes, that's right. And so she says, I feel like I'm the nurse, the psychologist, making sure that the meds have been given,
Right.
or that students feel clean, or that they have been eaten, so that we can go ahead and get the classroom started.
Yeah, the teacher today wears many hats: counselor,
Right.
parent, hygienist,
Yes, absolutely.
tutor, and the teacher of manners and social graces.
Right.
It just does not stop. And so we applaud you, teachers,
Absolutely.
for all that you're doing every single
Yes.
day that no one even knows about. It takes time to realize that some teacher somewhere is teaching a child to say thank you and please, and
That's right.
about good hygiene and really modeling proper skills for advancement in life, soft skills as we call them.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you for saying that. So what we want to share about is, of course, mindfulness in the classroom. And this has become the new buzz, because we're realizing that that student has to be calm. They have to be peaceful, not in the amygdala, which is the fight or flight place. So for them to have reasoning and have clarity in their thinking. In this, I'm doing this because that's the frontal lobe. So yes, the frontal lobe right here, amygdala is on the two sides right here. And so when they are heightened, the body actually releases a cortisol. That cortisol begins to actually send a negative chemical through that body that actually will shut down your creativity and your clear thinking.
Because of your
Fight or flight. That's right. You actually will change that chemical.
So you're in a different place when you're in fight or flight mode.
Absolutely.
It's about survival.
That's right.
Survival.
That's right. Instead of when you are in an excited mode, because it's the same chemical,
Is it?
but it restructures when you're excited.
Oh,
Isn't that
that
amazing?
is amazing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that same department puts
That's
out.
right. Yeah. So there's two things that we want to share today. One is about neuroscience and also neuroplasticity. But before we do that, I just wanted you to maybe talk a little bit more about that stress level. We're finding out that adolescents now, they have so much stress, they said for school-age children, that they're coming in from home with so much on them. And I just want to say too, I usually take a poll when I get into a classroom in the morning. I will ask them, how was the weekend? How was your day last night? How many are ready for learning? Give me a thumbs up. I'll say, if you're ready to learn. Many of them immediately do this.
Yeah, because they have. See, okay, so when the learner is sitting before you, you have several things that you have to consider as the facilitator of learning. And I think, okay, I'm going to address what some of those are.
Okay.
When you're looking at a student, you're looking at where he slept last night, what he had for dinner last night, whether or not he had help doing his homework, whether anyone validated him
Yes.
from
Okay.
the time he left the classroom to the time that he returned.
Okay.
So you're looking at this child who, when he goes into the home environment, he knows how to code switch.
Code
he
switch.
knows where the barriers are.
You always
He
talk to
knows-
me about that.
Yeah, he knows, like at home, he probably can use profanity and it's not punishable.
I see.
But after school, that's a punishable offense.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
so you have this child who has to kind of remember where he is,
Yes.
and you have all of these things, whether or not he's feeling well, whether or not he rested well, whether or not he's nutritious, whether or not he's clean.
Wow.
And then also the peer pressure of wearing, maybe tattered clothes, dirty clothes, hand me down. All of that is, and their bodies are changing.
Yes.
So the learner is sitting in front of you with all of these dynamics rolling around in his head and in his mind and his heart. And then there's the teacher with her well-planned lesson.
Yes.
Her data.
Ready to teach.
Yeah, her SOL driven, she's got the table of specifications. She's got all of her stuff and she's ready to go.
Wow.
And it's almost a disconnect.
There is a disconnect, right? And so we want to make people aware that there are some tools that you can use in your classroom right now that can begin to shift that, to quiet down that student and prepare them to be able to receive that information. And we have found that it is with neuroplasticity, which is being able to use a variety of multisensory exercises that prepares the mind to open up to receive information. And then also the neuroscience piece, which is really being mindful and understanding that, hey, I'm in a place where I'm getting triggered and I'm getting ready to set this place off if someone doesn't give me some tools to quiet it down.
So what I'm hearing you say is that the student many times is in the fight or flight
Absolutely.
zone in his brain.
That's right.
Even though he's sitting in your classroom still and quiet, all of these things are going on the inside. And here you are coming at him, trying to teach him a fight or flight mode. That's
exactly what's happening. And that is, the two don't mix. You're getting ready to, you touched me, you looked at me, you yelled at me, and they use profanity and shove the book bag or shove the desk or shove another student because of this place that they're in. And so we're realizing that, and you'll get into this battle of the wheels. And that leads to nothing. It's just repeated cycles that just keep going when you're in that battle. And so we have to, even the teacher has to have something, like I said to a couple of teachers the other day, which are excellent teachers, you guys are so hot. Just settle it down. Go somewhere and just put on some relaxing music for a hot second. Smell of some beautiful fragrance, lavender, vanilla, something to calm you down.
Essential oils.
Yes, your essential oils. Have something in your mouth just to deactivate that intensity that's happening and to shift yourself to another place.